Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run. Today it's Dominaria, it's standard Shakeup day, and as you can see here, these are all the cards that we don't get to play. Now, I was gonna go with one of my standby builds, like the mono black build, since only Sorin is banned. Or actually, I have a lot of the decks I'm kind of working on for the regular viewing coming soon. Most of them would still kind of fit here, but I decided to try something different. Basically, this is also a bit of a test run because I also need to make a deck for the upcoming weekend deck builder league. I'll talk about it as we go along, but this is the deck we're going with. So yeah, let's take a quick look at this. So as you can tell by the name, this is pretty much a Spirit / Flyers deck. So for spirits, well, one off spirit, not bad. Flying that gives other spirits +1/+1, not bad. Not a spirit, but when it dies, makes spirits. Also, we need kind of something on the ground anyway. 2 spirits for the price of 3 mana, and also removal. Not a spirit, but can take advantage of some of these cheap creatures. Definitely a spirit. Well, gets rid of stuff, so that's kind of good also. Dungeon guys are actually spirits also. We can use this kind of to lock down the board, but we have to take note that this is kind of vulnerable. Not a spirit, but makes spirits also quite defensible. Yep. Doesn't fly, but it's still a spirit, and it's also very annoying for our opponent to deal with. And we got rat effects, and one way to close out more spirits. I'm giving this one a bit of a test run because I'm not too sure how well this works. Mana base is pretty much all the duels I have, plus some unclaimed territories, plus some blast zones. Basic standard. If this doesn't pan out quite well, you're gonna see me lose horribly to this. I didn't make a sideboard for this because I think this is the best of one event. No, this is always the best of one event, so I didn't make a sideboard for this. If I did make a sideboard, I'd probably put in... Actually, things I need to consider are, do I need early removal, like this figure? Or this figure and Moment of Craving. Actually, if I get to that point, the next build I might try is essentially just Orzhov Control. We do have enough rat effects to take care of this, so definitely keeping this one. So it looks like one of the popular ones is Mono Green Stompy, so okay. So just leave this be for now. Hopefully we can use this as our card advantage engine if our opponent doesn't take it out. Okay, this might be so far it's just Axel. Could be dinosaurs though. Could also just be turn 3 Ilharg, in which case this is the only thing keeping it back. You know? I don't mind. So land glut notwithstanding, we are in pace for... And our opponent got stuck, so we're kind of good. So we are in pace for Seraph of the Scales, so that's kind of our go-to. And we'll still have some spirits left over if our opponent deals with it. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's a haste creature that I have to worry about. Yeah, there's no rush. Let's force our opponent to answer this. Probably a lightning bolt. I think our opponent is stuck. This could also just be... Well, this is just some green-red elves so far. So we will get the benefit of this because just from the fact that it's flying. Wait, no, cancel. Again, no rush because because we'd still be in a turn 4 clock anyways, 4 turn clock anyways. So let's just keep it at that. Let's force our opponent to answer this one. I would expect a lava coil about me. No, opponent's at 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Enrage, sacrifices a permanent, sure. He probably has ways to deal damage himself, so time to start playing permanents. And we're not lacking. And we're not lacking in that department. I think if I send... Yeah, this is... Okay, not bad, not bad. So the first thing I'm gonna sack is to let it get killed is the Enforcer. So this is the part where our opponent starts throwing Flame Sweeps. Carnage Tyrant. Okay. No haste effect though. Here's the thing, if our opponent swings, sure, I will block. Actually, that's probably a mistake because this just gives me another flyer. And I will sacrifice the land. Lands are permanents too. Yep, and that's it. Good game. So I think our opponent probably was missing the mid-range dinosaurs. I did have a dinosaur build last time on Weekend Deck Builder. That one you really need to have dinosaurs. You really need to have mid-range dinosaurs. You need ranging raptors. You need your Ripjaw Predators. Need to remember those names. Well, we're gonna lose them soon in a few weeks, so probably should start remembering who they are. But yeah, given a lot of the cards that have been banned are super aggro and super control, the mid game is gonna be always the thing in this format. That's my initial guess. It's still possible to go super aggro. I'm expecting it to be Orzhov. This is scary. We absolutely need... You know what? I'm done taking risks. Let's mulligan this. Okay. So I'm gonna bin the time wipe. I'm gonna bin the time wipe. I think we can get away with just Kaya's. So I'm gonna take the 2. So we need one more mana just to get Hanged Executioner and one more to have the option. So we can get a respectable early game. Opponent's playing elementals. So we're probably gonna have to rat sooner. Okay, there you go. Maybe we can force our opponent to... So our opponent's probably not gonna attack with this one without a combat trick. Or without a way to burn this. I'm actually kind of fine with that too. Now note that there's no Goblin Chain Whirler, but there are still Flame Sweeps. So in fact, what I'm going to do is... just play another Orzhov Enforcer. I don't need to show the Hanged Executioner just yet. I don't have a payoff. There's the Spitfire. Okay, there's our Blast Zone. So... we don't get to Kaya's Wrath. But we do get to send these boys in. So, yeah, the exile clause here means I don't get to recur this. Opponent should have a sweeper effect at this point. Obscure the critics. He's forced to pay full price. So he attacks with these 2. I'll take the hit from Spitfire for now if it means I can kill the Scorch Spitter. I'll also take the hit if it's just 1 point. Because that means I'm free to swing with everyone. Okay, it's got something else. Probably another Scorch Spitter. Nope, Skewer again. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So there goes his burn spells. And this gives us the option to Kaya's Rat if we have to, so I'm gonna let it enter tap first. So So I kind of want him to go all in a bit. So I want him to play more stuff. Nothing encourages you to play more stuff than a board that's kind of tapped out. It's mind games. Okay, Chandra, Acolyte of Flame.
Pyromancer extraordinaire.
Okay, plan B. Kind of wish I played this untapped now so I could actually trigger Blast Zone. So let's see. I take 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Taking quite a bit of that, so this is damage out of the blue. Let's see. I can also sack just to. Okay, let's see how he does this. Ooh, okay. Okay, timing is bad. Yeah, because I wanted to preserve this. So yeah, sure. I'll let it resolve. I had the one chance to wipe them both. Okay. Game's kind of telling me something. So I'm gonna swing with everyone here. Okay, not bad, not bad. So it brings us up to 3. So let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So next turn I'm probably going to try to take this up to 3. I'm expecting another Spitfire. They've killed. Okay, we definitely. So he will restore his hand, but I need to take these guys out before that happens. Yeah. So definitely gonna take that damage. Need to hold back just in case. Okay, Kai's Rat again, but I'm gonna just die to tokens, so. So I'm just holding these back as insurance. Especially now that our opponent's got a full reload. Okay, so I'll just take 2 again. I might try to ping Chandra to bring her down. Okay, definitely gonna ping Chandra. But the problem is the next 2 Yikes. Okay, still alive, barely. It's gonna be a problem next turn. I can't kill Chandra. Oh, I can get rid of Chandra. Here's the thing, I can Wrath. She makes tokens, I block them. And I have no way of blocking them. Yeah, this is...
Consider this bridge burned.
So my best bet now is to actually just hold these guys back and concede. Yeah, because I'm down to 1 life anyway, and I have nothing against the trigger. Oh well, that was a shot. That was worth a shot. Anyway, so mono red is another thing to consider. It's actually looking quite good. I wouldn't mind that one. Let's give this one another shot before I start cycling through different deck lists. So note that we had the rats, but our opponent had the gas. Okay, this is as far as in terms of hand, yeah, much better because I can turn to unclaimed territory into Supreme Phantom. Definitely keeping this. Glacial territory will always come into play tap though. And so will isolate the chapel. Thankfully our opponent's opting instead of spectral sailoring. Okay, 1, 2, nope. I need something else, not that long. Interesting, Supreme Phantom will at least keep the Hand Executioner alive a little bit longer. I can also just play Orzhov Enforcer, but... Okay, let's play to the obvious. Let's see if our opponent has an answer to this. Okay, opponent's playing Teamer. This is some sort of elemental build. Okay, at least I got the Time Wipe available. Kinda want to play Hanged Executioner. Also note that if I play Plains, this unlocks all my other cards. So, but I want to play the Orzhov Enforcer first because this gives us some Spectral Sailor surprise. Wilderness Reclamation. Ooh. Now there is no Nexus, but this could still be an instant speed deck, so we might still be in trouble. And nope, actually, we do need anti-permanence. We do have a Mortify though. Blast Zone, so he can untap and probably tick this up to 2 just to snipe these. Could also, okay, I have not played against Wilderness Reclamation in the longest time. So I can do Hanged Executioner into Empyrean Eagle. Yeah, let's do that. Does our opponent have counter spells in his deck? Okay, this particular version does not. Rouse Outburst snipes that. Okay, fine. So not too much damage. And that was instant speed anyway, so we weren't gonna get the damage no matter. So definitely have to play the Eagle next turn. Could we get... This is ripe for a board wipe though. Ironically, we can use... If our opponent starts playing creatures, we can time wipe to buy back our Hanged Executioner. Might need to... Oh, this guy's gonna try to this is the combo deck.
Or it might just be static.
Okay, shock. Fine. Fine. He is running low on cards, so he does need to have card draws soon.
Are like a symphony, and I am a great conductor.
You're no Robert Downey Jr., Al. Okay, what's he... Rouse Outburst again. Okay, sure. So much for the time wipe effect, but... It's also getting nice card selection out of Rouse Outburst. Towards Spiral. So, the question is it worth going after Ral? No. He takes up way too fast. Yeah, I'm starting to think that if I did this deck, we don't want time wipes. We kind of want to have more spot removal of this kind. I do have Plague Walkers, but we kind of want something like Ixalan's Binding. We also have a place on Mortify, so that's a thing. So he's gonna cast something twice. And this is this turn, so he has to do this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Untap 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This can't be a Banefire because this is instant, so this has to be the other half of Expansion Explosion. This has to be Megumin's ability. Explosion 8, so we go down to 1. Oh no, we're dead. Good game. So that was an interesting shot. We did get one win, but that was against a slow opponent. So we're going to probably try to revise into something else. So we need to be able to interact. That's kind of one of the hallmarks of this format. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're going to do a quick revision of this deck, see if we can get something better out of this. So stay tuned. And we're back with so we're gonna be trying this different version. Basically, this is one of the decks I was planning to showcase. I stripped down the Planeswalkers for now because I want to keep it simple, but otherwise this is a plain plain aggro skies deck. We basically aggro skies, lots of flyers. Hopefully we try to overwhelm the enemy. I'm also just noticing the lack of sweepers. Hopefully we can kind of get around that. We'll see. Basically, take 2. Try this one. If it doesn't work, then yet another mainstay deck and another. The point of events like the standard shakedown is what can we basically try to give things new lease, especially when you consider a lot of the banned cards are, how do you say this? A lot of the cards that have been banned are cards that are not gonna be kind of rotating out. Well, some of them are rotating out, like Curious Obsession, Benalish Marshall, History of Benalia. But a good number of the other cards are gonna stay around for a while. And the presumption is that a lot of them are gonna be pretty good, but having them rotate is gonna be important. So I'm gonna play Temple first, because at least we can play Siren Storm Tamer anyway. So yeah, I didn't exactly show the deck, but it's pretty much all flyers. There are some non-creature spells to support Kaikar. My top end is basically 2 copies of Sephara Sky's Blade. The presumption is I will have enough flyers to make it work. And if our opponent decides to spend time shocking these guys, I'm actually perfectly fine because it means it's not going to my face.
Hey, don't start any fires.
So that said, we are gonna need something bigger. Looks like Chandra. I'm actually gonna play this setup. This allows me to, give some protection if I have to. Olay's District is actually an interesting choice. But the idea is I'm gonna start hitting Chandra if I can. Yeah, it looks like mono red elementals is gonna be a thing in the future. I'm actually gonna this is probably gonna be my next plan. At least it's relatively fast. Flame sweep. Oh well, at least I only lost 2 cards. It's a good thing I didn't play the third one.
Say hi to my fiery friend.
Niv Mizzet here is probably a mistake. Shouldn't be there. Let's force another flame sweep. Mobilized District. Yeah, this is gonna be the finisher of choice. Chandra Novice Pyromancer, so we have a 1-2 combo here. I have to take. Oh, she's going for the snipe. Okay. Then casting for shock. Sure. But which means I didn't take any to the face, so I'm okay. Regulator, so this allows 2 copies, so she can cast, activate, snipe just to snipe Kaikar. Chandra's trying, also does the same thing.
No problem. Fire
So probably gonna activate multiples. Yeah, we're gonna be taking quite a bit of damage here. Yeah, I guess Mono Chandra is gonna be the next thing. I guess I'm building that one next. But let's get this one.
Time to turn up the heat.
Ooh, that's a nice combo. I'm sold. I'm gonna build this one next. I have most of the pieces. In fact, that was next in my pipeline. Well, let's give this one more. Let's give this deck one more shot. If it still doesn't work, we're going to go for another quick break. Basically, two losses is enough to show me why it doesn't work. Mono red Chandra is actually quite good, even if in fact, you can kind of just get away with just cavalcades. Actually, you don't even need the cavalcade. It's just all burn all the time. Okay, this one's fair. We got at least a turn. Yeah, we can just shift this one towards a mono red build. Okay, there's a Sapphire. At least we can make some flyers with. We can make some flyers, so we do have options. Kind of want to see it work even just once. So based on these colors, Grixis. Search for Escanta. Sure, we'll let that resolve. Okay. Now the good news is I don't have to worry about Thought Erasure. The bad news is I'm so used to expecting Thought Erasure that this is not so funny anymore. Okay, opponent's taking time, gaining life. So I got something up his sleeve. Duress. We'll let him decide. Smart money is he takes out the post deploy. Yep. So at least we still have the shock option. We're gonna hold on to that. Well, got double the shocks. I guess I could have gone more all in on this deck option, but not too So here comes Nicol Bolas. So very painful, but have to do this. And I can just discard one land at least. Okay. So if our opponent could force us to discard a drill bit. Also note we only have one blue source. I probably should have discarded the cliff top instead. Does he have a counter spell? Essence Scatter. Of course. Yep, today is not my day. At least I can shock. And we're both down to one card, but our opponent knows that my card is not gonna do any favors. I could actually just do straight up Dimir control also. Between Thief of Sanity, Hostage Taker, God Eternal Kefnet. Okay, this one is not gonna pan out. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Somehow I feel like now, for many people that are wondering what happens when you cut out a bunch of cards, a lot of the cards previously will rise back to the top. So we're looking at Search of Escanta coming back, Thief of Sanity coming back and whatnot. All these cards that were discarded in favor of the likes of Teferi and whatnot, they're now making a decent honorable return. Yeah, I'm not. So if you come to think of it, yeah, I didn't really draw any of my flyers, which is kind of annoying. Then again, yeah, that was kind of a bad keep on my part also. The only reason I kept it is because it had all the colors, but in hindsight, that's probably not the way to play this. If you want to play this kind of aggro deck, you want to play for gas, not for colors. which is kind of why a lot of the aggro decks tend to be 2-color. 3-color aggro is so rare. Now, we can thank our lucky stars right now that our opponent hasn't shown anything with Kefnet, so he's been bricking on that one so far. Could be bricking on counter spells, but that's still, but at least that's at least it's not aiming for our face. One's kind of logged out a bit right now. Okay, take the hit. Yeah, we're kind of in line with this. Probably removal like Shock's not the way to go. You want more spot. Like that Chandra's Triumph from back. That is a very busted. Yeah, we're not gonna win this. So this one was an interesting concept, but I think there's a way to make this work, but it will have to be. No, it can still be aggro. I have to increase the concentration, so cards like Shock are gonna have to go. Favorable wins probably will have to go in favor of. No, just more creatures upright. You don't really need to pump so much since they're all evasive anyway. Quote air quotes. The fact that we're both kind of stuck is kind of saying something also. Now I have no choice but to play this. And this is gonna just eat a counter spell right then and there. Or not. So what exactly is our opponent keeping? At the very least, we will have a blocker for a turn. But I don't think we can't raise our opponent unless we draw more creatures. And here's the scary part. To get out Sephara, we need to tap. If we have flyers, we have to tap them. This is still a spell. It's not like you're putting it into the battlefield with this effect, so it's still open to being countered. Oh, there's the flame sweep. Okay, so our opponent had that idea in mind. Yeah, we'll just end this right here. And just good game, shock our opponent. Yeah, basically I just want to cast a red spell just to get it out. Then we concede. Okay, so this one definitely did not pan out. Despite the fact that it's standard shakedown, power level is still quite high. So I guess we're going to have to proceed with even more power. So stay tuned. We're gonna also have to deal with consistency issues at that. So we're gonna be right back to the drawing board. Stay tuned. Okay, so if you can't beat them, join them. So this one, inspired by our opponent, I'm going to have to do a replay to get his name, but definitely something I had in the pipeline, but now is a good time to bring it out. This is the all Chandra deck, so we have all stars, some Chandra Spitfire, Chandra Acolyte to Flame, Chandra Novice Pyromancer, from War of the Spark, Chandra Fire Artisan to give us some card draw. We got some risk factors to give us an alternate card draw. Have a single Awakened Inferno on the top end, but I cut down the mana on the assumption that we're barely gonna get there. Deck doesn't run that many. We're missing All Stars Light Up the Stage and we're missing Light Up the Stage. We're also missing Runaway Steamkin, so we're gonna have to make do without those. Alternately, I could just keep most of the Chandras and just maintain the Wizard set build with Viashino, Pyromancer, etc. But I feel like we're gonna be seeing more of these in the future. Now, I'm using Ember Cats because we kind of want to accelerate to one of these guys, potentially. Otherwise, our alternate plan would be actually just more burn. Mask of Immolation is not a bad idea for this one because it does give us some reach. We are making tokens with Acolyte of the Flame after all. Otherwise, we could also just have more burn. Lava Coil would be potentially interesting. Heartfire is also a good choice, especially if we can combo with Chandra Acolyte. Actually, with all the Chandras we have, Heartfire is not going to run out of targets despite the lack of creatures. So, okay, we can actually make that change right now. Let's burn, baby, burn. So, some lightning strikes. Yeah, this shouldn't be bad. So basically, this is an aim for the face deck. Let's see if we. No, hold on. Cancel. You're not playing with that deck. You've tried your best. Submit. It's her time to shine now. Now, despite putting that Chandra, let's be honest, we're probably gonna see younger Chandras. We might see current day Chandra also. Awakened Inferno seems to be like some sort of future Chandra. So thankfully so we can run with these guys for now. We can risk factor just to put more pressure in. So I'm definitely gonna keep this one. Yeah, nice John Avon. So you got some initial struggles and whatnot, but definitely, I just realized now that, yeah, that's a fork and a cup. Did Scorch Spitter just heat up everything? Oh yeah, we also have a set of flame sweeps just in case we actually run into super aggro. Now my actual big next fear is some sort of mono green Stompy. That's not it. So we actually also have the option of turn 2 skewer the critics if our opponent doesn't kill Scorch Bitter. Somehow but for some strange reason I kinda want Duress, so we'll probably do Chandra. We're probably not gonna lose risk factor. We lost skewer, so that's actually okay. In fact, I could revert this to a. This is kind of a hybrid burn list. It's not pure. It's not pure burn. Moment of Craving. Okay, sure, that's fine. Opponent seems to be stuck on mana. Yeah, he's stuck on mana. So if our opponent somehow has duress for the other Chandra, we're gonna risk factor in response. Basically, force our opponent's hand. Healy, sure, fine. So opponent's gonna take 4. So we have the regulator. Oh, it's actually something we can trigger too. And we can actually snipe Saheeli if we want to, but
I am hot, aren't I?
no, we're gonna. I'm gonna just plus. Normally, it's always correct to plus Chandra, even if you're probably gonna get something good. Chandra's Triumph, okay, that's fine. Now, Chandra's Triumph, best burn spell, especially if you can keep Chandra around. It's still a creature or planeswalker, but we're kind of seeing a lot of both. So, complete ditch. I'm gonna ditch the mountains. Okay, so we draw Inferno. So, okay, so we have 2 options. I can play this one. XL Chandra. Offer to pay. So now she's at level 7. Just shot to the face. No, so we don't get the extra counter yet, but this does force our opponent to consider if he wants to take out Chandra Fire Artisan. Probably does. And Grass Rampage, good choice. Yeah, let that resolve. So we are looking for one more land. Search for a Skanta, sure, that's fine. Now this Chandra can actually snipe. Well, he... Yeah, let's discard that. Yeah, running some risks here. We kind of stalled out a bit. Big Chandra notwithstanding. So I can send our opponent to 5. We lose the token as there's... which is kind of okay. Kind of need to force our opponent. Kind of need to force our opponent in that position. Chandra's regulator is okay. Yes, a shame we had to sacrifice that version of Chandra. In fact, if I play this Chandra, I'm just gonna tick up the +1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Can still kill it though. So the better bet might actually just be to snipe.
Get out of my way. I'll burn it up here.
Better bet is actually to stay alive, snipe Nicol Bolas. Can't copy that. Yeah. Now the reason I'm doing this instead of just doing the tick up, opponent has Angrat's Rampage. Yeah, I had the Devil, so that didn't.
I can always do better.
So I at least have more time with this one, rather than having to worry about the bloody Nicol Bolas. Now we have to worry about this other Nicol Bolas instead. Now we don't need the 6 mana anymore, so just need to worry about our opponent's card draw. Yeah, Planeswalkers are gonna be a thing. So we got Heartfire. We can sacrifice a creature or Planeswalker. We have neither so far. So kind of needing... Okay, we need to save the mana. So I might actually just nix... I might nix the regulator.
I have a plan. I outsmarted you eons ago.
Okay, we lose the Heartfire, so that's horrible. Yeah. Opponent drew a lot of gas. We kind of stalled out a bit. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're not gonna win this one. Okay. So that was worth a shot. We just did not have. We didn't have enough to close the deal. We probably could have aggressively looted with regulator, also. Let's give this one another shot. I might need to make a few changes, probably in some of the burn spells at least. I could also cut down the land count, but that's kind of risky. So this is awfully slow, not keepable. This is even worse, but we do have a 1-drop into. Yikes! This is scary. Let's mulligan again. Okay, this is more keepable. We ditch the flame sweep and the Spitfire. I could also just choose to... Okay, no, I'm going to ditch a Spitfire and Heartfire. Because if our opponent happens to be super aggro, I do want to have the flame sweep. Okay. It's all for naught if I can't draw another land though. Well, the Heartfire wasn't going to help either anyway. I would need to be able to cast a creature first. I do have several creatures, so it would have been a 1-2 play, but it's not less than ideal. Okay, one land. One land. Not a land. So if our opponent plays something big, I will not be able... Attacking first is weird. Okay, because it didn't have an effect. So... Okay, I'm gonna actually pass the turn. Our opponent's playing elves. So I'm gonna wait for... Because there's a trigger here. It's on enters the battlefield, so I kind of want to see what our opponent does. Flame sweep. No, he's not gonna. So I take 2 damage. That's fine. Opponent seems to be slightly stuck. So what can I do? Chandra.
I'm happy as a hellion to start some fires. Don't worry, I brought company.
Okay, let's see if he triggers a flame sweep. Okay. Spitfire, get this out of the way. He gets an elf token, but that's fine. Shock. Okay. Okay. Does he have another shock to deal with Chandra? Yep, has another shock. Okay, so we do Spitfire next. So... Oh, he has Lava Coil. Okay, fine. At least we're at least it's 1:1. Okay. Maybe we can get... Assumption is we can kind of race our opponent. Approaching their guardian. Okay, you're not gonna. Yeah, gonna take. We're gonna have to race up top. We do have. We don't have lava coils. We don't have a Chandra. We have another land though. It's a good thing I didn't try to play this one. So I need to draw running burn spells at this point. So, yeah, our opponent... Actually, no, it doesn't help. Our opponent's at lethal now. Lethal next turn anyway. Yeah, Grow Chamber Guardian did a good job. The red splash was just simply for damage. Yeah, that was a good game. So we had the right idea for aggro, we just got stuck on lands here. I'm gonna give this deck one more shot, at least the games go by really fast. Okay, at least I got that reward too. So, one more shot, then I'll probably do some tweaks. Could we go a more... We could use more creatures actually, so I might actually just go back to the Wizard's Lightning route. I'm still willing to keep all the Chandras. Maybe the Scorch Bitters and the Spitfires are not that great. Actually, I don't think they're pulling their weight. I think I'll just go back to the Wizard plan while that one's still available. Wizard's Lightning is not cut out of the meta. Okay, definitely keeping this one as slow as it is. Yeah, I'm feeling the Chandra Spitfire is not pulling its weight. The Flame Sweep is kind of like pre-sideboarding, but there's some matchups where it just doesn't work. And the Novice Pyromancer, yeah, I have to go all in on Elementals, and the Elementals I really want to run are just not there. Another thing I could do is I could just run Drakes straight up. So whenever it attacks, so I'm gonna preempt it now. So this could easily be... Is it Wizards? Okay. So we got 2 Spitfires. God, Eternal Kefinet's always a problem. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna play Chandra. Probably just gonna +1.
Oh gosh, look at all these friends.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Okay, so gets a copy of Lightning Bolt Strike. We're gonna lose Spitfire. Probably lose Chandra as well. Yeah, Captain's really good. Yeah, as a deck, we're too slow. Yeah.
Powers always lead to destruction.
Shard of Course. Oh, could this... Okay. I could just ping and ping. Because we know our opponent has Lightning Strike anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the Lightning Stormkin first. Or do we aim for the face? Hold on. Because if I do this, that's another 8, 9... Yeah, we'll be back in the same positions before with us trying to catch up. I'm gonna take out the Stormkin first. Basically, you're in the position of trying to force our opponent to use up all their spells. Preferably not on our face. Of course. Siren Storm Tamer. That's a Flame Sweep target and a half there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Flame Sweep first because... Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, get the Siren Storm Tamer out of the way. Ooh, yikes. Wizard's Lightning too? Yeah, I'm probably gonna shift towards Wizard's Lightning again. Let's cut out most of the elementals. That probably means bye-bye uncommon Chandra, at least for this build. Probably want to do it in green-red so we can have at least healer and overgrowth elemental for that purpose. I'm trying, Kitty. I'm trying hard. It's not panning out. In fact, our opponent can just start throwing spells to the face now. Yep. Yeah. Having the deal with Kefnet is an issue. I guess in Boros you have the option of Eternal Isolation, so that is a thing. Yeah, the caveat with this one is that there's plenty of removal options here. Probably a two color build's also possible. Okay, go for lethal. I'm gonna do this first. Technically our opponent could just have 2 spells. Flame Sweep, so that pumps. Still snipes. Yeah, that was not worth it. Literally buying time. Still dead to any burn spell though. Or just another Kefnet. Good game. So we're gonna make some. So we're gonna change the deck to be, well, even more aggressive, I guess. So that means. So we're gonna make some changes to this. It's still be I'm still gonna make it a Chandra deck, and you're gonna see me make those changes now. So first, let's drop our underperformers. Probably cut the Flame Sweeps a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna, and we're gonna cut Novice Pyromancer. We need actual bosses here. So that said, I'm willing to keep Chandra's Triumph, because normally it would have been Lava. Because normally it would have been Lava Coil anyway. I could experiment with Electrostatic Field just to get some damage in. I'm gonna cut the Heartfire for now. So what else could we add? So we know. Well, I wasn't running. Yeah, Light the Stage is the biggest loss. But I'm gonna run Pyromancer. This was the tech I usually use, Mizium Tank. Then let's see, Wizard's Lightning. So far so good. Oh yeah, we need creatures again. So G2 Lava Runners. Now, normally when I run this, I wouldn't need this many lava coils, so I'm probably going to cut down the Chandra's Triumphs too. So we only have these as our card draw. We can't have light up the stage. Buy some time with this. Actually, no. There's also the Flame of Keld. That's what our previous opponent was running. So let's consider that. It's a bit risky, but then again, I could just run this in Experimental Frenzy instead. My only gripe about Frenzy is that it's a... Okay, can I cut one land too? Yeah, because I think this is kind of enough. We have quite a bit of tree drops, though these take some... Oh yeah, we do need some card selection instead. So, since we're going Wizards, Burning Prophet. So let's see if this works a little bit better. Let's give this one a shot. Probably do about 2-3 games with this only. You're sadly not gonna see this reach the end, considering I spent about 1 hour dawdling with so many different ways around this, but what the hey, it's okay. So at least we have options. We do get turn 2 Burning Prophet, and we have all the non-creature spells that we need in order to get good scries. Could we be better off splashing blue for the likes of Adelis like we saw in the other deck? The deck honestly was running around Kefnet. Now, this many walls means this is a mill deck. Bant mill? Oh no, not mill. This could be the... yeah, this is the height. So... sorry, but we need land. So the trick here is we need to get rid of every Tetsuko possible. Because our opponent's going to try to get through using that. We're going to have to get rid of all of those. So yeah, I've seen this guy's deck before. I've had the misfortune. So we're getting damage through while we're pinging these guys. That wasn't my target. And yeah, this has to go to the bot. Well, technically I can leave this on top, because we do have shocks now. So we can start exerting pressure. Arcades the strategist, okay. So it could send these to attack for 7. Nope, tapping for mana, so not necessarily. Send this to attack for 4. I need another land. Unfortunately, I kept it like this instead. I'll keep. I'm gonna temporarily snipe this Saruli Caretaker because we really need. Okay, there's the land we need. We're gonna take 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 because this does not have defender. So the first order of business is snipe Arcades. No possibility. I think it's trying to draw into a high alert. Wall of Runes, so kind of drawing the cards. Okay, so we need to do the math here. Oh yeah, that's simple. I just need to. I need to clock our opponent. Okay, if he blocks that... oh yeah, he can block both. Hold on, let's do the math. Okay, now I don't need that on top. Yeah, I can keep this on the top. If our opponent has another Arcades, that's really bad, but probably has, considering what he's played. High alert. Okay, that's enough. So this is one way around it. Also, being stuck at 3 mana did not help us do us any favors. having to play around all that, but we did get some right ideas. We got some right ideas about that deck. We just did not have the way to close it out. And take note, we only recovered from that after scrying so many cards. If we didn't have the Burning Prophet to do the scry, so we're again in the same position, but again, Burning Prophet is probably one of the better keepers here. If we splash for blue, I'm just gonna play Burning Prophet. Yeah, my gut usually tells me it's better to just snipe the elves. Especially now that we got this set up. Just curious what our opponent has in store. Marauding Raptor. Okay, that's not it. So we can Pyromancer. Skewer. Try to dig up some more gas. There, Chandra's. Perfect. Swing with Prophet. And that's depending on what our opponent plays next. I could just do double Lightning Strike. Draw Raptor. Nice. So we have to give our opponent 2 cards. Now I'm willing to keep the land because I know next turn I'm going to cast Chandra. Now the question is, do I want to snipe the elves? I think I do. Running the risk that our opponent has a Ripjaw Raptor, but I kind of want to snipe the elves. If I knew I was going to do that, I should have done that immediately. Okay, he's going to try to snipe our Prophet, which is fine. That's 2 cards down the drain. Taking some damage. Hit Hunt Master. Come on, something cheap. Ooh, that's bad. Opponent could play something big. Okay, there's something big. He can snipe this Chandra now. Yeah, they're gonna snipe the Chandra. So it gives us a shock. Do I just shock this? Wait, plus 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait a bit, see what our opponent drops next. Marauding Raptor. Okay, it's gonna come out really cheap. And this one gives him haste anyway. Yikes. Yeah, that was a good game. It didn't matter. So we seem to be getting all the worst possible pairings. Or off into gold. I don't want to say it's quite close, but yeah, we're not getting any cigars out of this one. So you know what? One more. Okay, so actually this one's a good setup. Lava Runner into Prophet. So let's get the aggro. Let's get the aggro setup going. Now in that last game, perhaps giving cards to our opponent was a bad idea. Could we have just burned our opponent out? I actually doubt it. So this, okay, there's no Thought Erasure. This Dreadhorde Pusher. If he wants to take out the Gitu Lava Runner this way, I'm actually perfectly fine with it. Yeah, I want to keep that on top. And put the loyalty on each red planeswalker you control. Basically buy us a little more time.
Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
I kind of want to do that too, considering how much time I spent on this one. So, Bedevil, okay.
Next time, you're toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the skewer now. Chandra's Triumph is okay. Because as I check, I only have one. That will change. Well, could use a Planeswalker if you're gonna face off against Nikki B. But if I know that I'm gonna face off against Nikki B anyway, I kind of want to empty my. Now, Flame Sweep, Burning Prophet survives, so okay. There's Dreadhorde Butcher. Thinking if he should attack. Probably should. Yeah, smart bet's just to block a Pyromancer and hit me for one. So, kind of makes it look like I'm out of gas. Not quite true. Just waiting for our opponent to cast something. Sorry, Steve, huh? I am actually willing to wait for this to be on. Okay. It's a scry anyway, so I really want that up top. He might actually let me draw it too, so that's us. Considering his life total, yeah, he's gonna let me draw it. Counterspell? It's gonna kill the Prophet probably. Cast down. That's perfectly fine. Yes, I do want the mountain up top now. Burning Prophet did her job. I'll take another hit. And yeah, opponent now knows that he has Anger at the Flame Chain, so probably take our Lava Runner. So that's fine. So we do have to win anyway though. Yeah, so we managed to clear our opponent out. Whew, that was some good news. You know what? I'm gonna give this one more shot. So let's see if we can get to the halfway point. I'll probably just do part 2 tomorrow. So just watch me struggle through this. At least I'm getting those nice Mirage lands. Well, nice may be subjective, but they all look quite good for me anyway, so I'm not there to complain. Yeah, so no, that's fine tuning's a lot better. So I guess when in doubt, just go back to your old mainstay. So Lava Runner into Chandra's Triumph's good. Yeah. If opponent is playing red, has some red. I'll play the Lava Runner anyway. I might be shorting myself out of the Wizard Lightning, but if it forces our opponent to respond, it's fine. Okay, nope, opponent did not respond, so it's also fine too. So let's wait to see what our opponent does play. In fact, if I can save up enough for Mizium Tank, I will. Mayhem Devil, sure, sec. Oh, no. As tempting as it is, I'm putting out the tank now because that's long-term damage, especially with all these non-creature spells I have. Like, on the weird assumption that this survives, this is 5 on top of 6. And that's probably gonna aim for a Bedevil, I suppose. Turns that into a tank. Yeah, it's gonna snipe the tank out. That's... You do have another burn spell, do you? He does not have another burn spell. Whew. And we get to do this all over again. Chandra Acolyte the Flame.
Don't start any fires without me.
Oh, that's what the Mayhem Devil's for. Yeah, it sacrificed them, so that would have been interesting. So snipes that.
This one?
Oh no, she just went to snipe, okay. Yeah, that's game. That's a lot faster. Whew. Yep, so yeah, I like this deck a lot better. And this has always been my mainstay, so apologies if you wanted to see something more exciting, but I guess it's a case that even if though we say standard Shakeup, this is not enough cards to ban to get a real Shakeup. It actually kind of shows how healthy our standard is in a sense. Like we see a lot of cards that rise up and shine now that these are gone, but we also see a lot of cards that still remain the same. And the archetypes there are some newer archetypes, but several other archetypes still remain. But anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like and like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Please do check out my other content as well. I will probably do something more normal right after this, but I'll also try to finish this one as a bonus, but not tonight. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Thank you, and God bless.